Hi guys, Wolf Artistry here today. I am here with part 4. Can you believe it? Part 4 of how to run a small art business. Part 4 is we're going to start creating. We're going to get ourselves out there. Yes, we're going to get out there. We are going to get out there. We are going to get found from people all across the world, right? Well, not that simple, unfortunately, and I wish it was, but it unfortunately is not. Now, I was going to do this all in different segments, but I feel like it might just be beneficial to put all of this stuff together in one. So we'll see how this plays out. This is probably going to be a long episode if I end up doing that, but we'll figure it out. So you need to choose how you want to get out there. Do you want to be active on social media? Do you want to just be on email? Do you want to just be on a website? Do you want to go to vendor events, be active in the community? What do you want to do? I recommend all businesses have an email that they can reach out, be reached from clients. There you go. Tongue twister. Sorry, guys. I also recommend every business having a website. The website does not have to have products on it. It just needs to be a portfolio. That's it. Like, my website's my portfolio. All of my products are either social media, you can buy them, or you can buy them on West 10th. West 10th is an app for small locally owned businesses ran by women. Vendor events. Being a vendor at events is quite daunting. It's quite daunting. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of hoping, wishing, and there's also a chance that you flop and you spend money on nothing. I've done that. It's just part of learning. You got to think about what is the best location. So I'm actually going to put this all together because the intro was like really short. So first one, Instagram. What are my views for Instagram with a small business? Do it. Just do it. Open up a business account on Instagram. It is going to be beneficial for you to be on social media. You need to be on social media if you have a business. That is the only way this community is going to reach you. And I guarantee you, if you go to vendor events and it's all you do, you are going to get asked, hey, do you have an Instagram? Hey, do you have a Facebook? Do you have this? Do you have that social media? You want your answer to be yes. Yes, I have that. Here it is. Follow me. Follow me. Here you go. That's what you want your answer. Like, I mean, not unfortunately, not that. Of course, not that shouting at people, but you want to have a social media account for your business. Instagram has so many good things. You can post reels, you can do posts, you can post photos, you can post stories, you can do lives. You can do a lot of things. But it's also crucial to plan on Instagram as well. What I mean by plan is, be able to post consistently and accurately. Like, you want to figure out what the algorithm is during that time frame and go with it. Like, I don't have a set time for posting, but according to a blog post that somebody posted or on Buffer, which is a site I use for planning a lot of my posts and stuff like that for different things, Instagram is suggested to be 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Tuesdays. And if it's any time between Monday through Friday, posting at 11 a.m. You don't have to follow that plan. Follow what works for you. I don't even post on a schedule, to be honest, on my social media. I don't. Because I want to be able to reach everybody and not just have, this people that just get on at this time, here you go. People that get on at this time, here you go. I want to be able to offer it all. Definitely. But you want to have a plan of like approximately how many reels in a day, how many posts, or not how many reels in a day, how many reels or posts in a day, in a week, not in a day, in a week. How much do you want to post in a week, basically? You want to figure that out. Okay, on to our next social media, Facebook. Facebook, unfortunately, I feel is getting outdated. Most people that are on there are above 50 years old. There's not a lot of younger users on it. So I recommend, if your audience is anyone under 50, to probably post more on Instagram. That's what I do. So I post on Instagram. I also post on Facebook. Posting on Facebook is a challenge because you can only post posts that are written. I just started writing blog posts on my website, and then that just gets attached onto my Facebook and shared to my Facebook, so I can kind of get a little bit more interest to my website as well. So that's new for me. I'm testing that out. Seems to be okay-ish, but my interactions and my audience on Facebook isn't as much as it is on Instagram. So I would say play around with it, figure out what works best for you, and then whatever gets you the most attention, run with it, keep going with it. So our next topic, our next social media is TikTok. And this is also why I don't recommend it for business owners. I've never gotten a paying customer on TikTok. Never. Not once. It's a lot of times they're too young on TikTok. There's a lot of little kids that get onto TikTok, and I don't know why. I don't know what the big thing about TikTok is. There's also too many random videos. It's not professional. It's hard to get noticed. And the algorithm on there, I don't think there is one. I don't think there is one on TikTok at all. There's no set. Like, oh, trending audio. There you go. Trending audio. Awesome. I'll use this audio. Or no set thing. It's all a bunch of dumb videos on a lot of it. I'm sorry if you post on there, but a lot of it is. A lot of it's just random things. And as a business owner, you want to be professional, but also show a goofy side. But TikTok is not the way to go in a lot of places. And if it works for you as a business, good, awesome. But a lot of business owners I've talked to, and myself included, they do not recommend it, and they recommend to stay as far from it. I do have a TikTok account, though, but I don't post on it that much, at least. That's just my opinion on TikTok. Everyone has their own opinion. Next up is YouTube. YouTube requires a lot of editing experience, a lot of dedication, and a lot of time. YouTube's time consuming. You need to be active, and you need to be posting it and sharing stuff and active in the entire community and get noticed on it by other accounts and things like that. And I personally use YouTube for tutorials a lot of times, or time lapses or things like that. And it's great and all. I just don't get a lot of interest and likes. I'm actually going to be opening up a tutorial site on Patreon. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use Patreon for it, because I'm not getting a lot of interest on YouTube for something like that. And I would rather do something that I can get paid for if it ends up helping people out and things like that too. And that's just even more extra income coming in for us, because having a small business is costly, very costly. You also want to make sure you have a website. Your website is going to be linked to all your social media accounts, and that's crucial. Your website as mentioned before, does not need to be a storefront. It just needs to be a portfolio. So if you're an artist, artwork on it, background about you, do it. Keep it basic. Okay, so our last topic about this is vendor locations. Being a vendor, setting up a booth, setting up tables, going to events and attending them as a vendor trying to get clients. You need to be careful about picking and choosing your vendor locations, because of the fact that being a vendor you pay money to have that spot. Sometimes it's just $10, sometimes it's $20, sometimes it's $50, sometimes it's $500. You need to make sure that not only do you advertise, but it's also an event that is well advertised. I've been to an event that was not well advertised, and we had a not good enough turnout for it. Had no sales that entire day. That was a complete flop. I spent about $200 on that booth that day. But I really should have researched more before going, because there's not a market for it with that type of event for what I do. Christmas Showcase. It was not a flop completely. If I wasn't sponsored, it would have been a flop. I sold some earrings, some keychains, some stickers, things like that. Didn't sell anything big. I sell often at Pink Zeppelin. I don't know if you guys are local to San Antonio. I'm normally over at Pink Zeppelin on Friday or Saturday nights, depending on the events. A lot of times I go just because I know the owners, and it's fun just to go over there and listen to some music. Plan on bringing Risk with me eventually once I get her some ear protection for her ears so she doesn't get anything. So she's not saying, oh, okay, this is too loud. I can't do this. I'm overstimulated big time because I fail her on that. She might not even mind, but I'd rather have some ear protection for her. Being a vendor at events, you need to plan it. You need to make sure that event has enough interest, because if it has no interest, you will have no interest at the event. If you randomly found it, you weren't trying to find it, and it pops up on your feed, not once but multiple times, and people are saying, oh yeah, I'm going to attend this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm looking forward to this. If you see the hype already there for it, and there's vendor spots open for that event, go for it. If you can afford it, go for it. Because being able to go to an event that has the audience out there for people to want to come and attend it, do it. Do it. Just do it. I'm planning on trying to get into more events this year, before the end of the year. So I've got a few on my schedule that I'm going to, if they're still opening the week prior, I'm going to go for it. I just don't want to agree to it months out and it be a flop. Because the worst thing is getting to an event and nobody's there. So plan your events out. Think ahead. And prepare to pack up early if it's not what you want it to be, so you're not wasting valuable time there. I mean, of course, I know that's not always easy, and that's not always a thing that you can do. But if you can, do it. Because you're not making money if you're staying there and no one's around. Now, if there's people around, stick around. I had one show, I was like, nobody's coming over here to the table. I'm not going to make any sell. And then an hour before the event ends, I made $10, $15 in sales. That's stickers, by the way. That was in stickers, which are $1 each. So I sold 10 or 15 of things. And a few keychains here, of course. But I sold quite a few items, though, towards the end of the event. So it wasn't a complete flop. It's that's the thinking. So you got to plan it. I didn't leave that time because of the fact that there was people around. And so I knew there was an audience. You just have to approach it. Also, when you're having a vendor booth, I recommend, if you're an artist, bringing along some portraits as well and working on them, because I did that. And it got me a lot of attention at the show, actually. And was oh, wait, yeah, that's really cool. That's the one you're working on? And then I had a few that came by in the morning and then came back by in the afternoon when I was working on the little pup on Sunday on the Christmas Showcase. And I had them say, oh, that's the one you're working on this morning. That's so cute. It turned out so well. And then we started talking, and then all of a sudden, I make a sell. That's the thing. You need to think about how at events to be able to be more recognizable and draw in clients. You're not going to draw in clients by sitting down and doing nothing. Get up, spread out your business cards. Share them. Talk to people. To be a conversation starter. Oh, hey, I like your skirt. Where'd you get it from? Oh, I got it from here. That's what I'm talking about. Get up and approach people. I know it's scary. It's daunting. I have anxiety. That's the last thing I want to do. But you know what? I do it and it gets me sales and it makes me more confident with myself. So I know it's hard, but do it. Just do it. Just get out there. And that's the same with social media. Be you. Be unique, but be yourself as well. Having a small business is hard. And in the next episode, of course, this was going to be a longer series, and now I think it's going to be a shorter series because I just combined all of that into 15 minutes because I didn't really want to go into detail on all of them, but I may go into detail later on once we're done talking about all this topic, so just heads up. Next episode is going to touch base over, as a small business owner, how do we manage our time with having to keep a website up to date, keep social media updated almost daily, make products ourselves, keep up commissions, message clients, every single day. I'm going to talk to you guys about how to be able to manage your time as best as possible to be able to share that and to be able to share, post, communicate, and do all of the stuff that being a small business owner is about. So I hope that this is helpful to some of you guys, and there will be more of this series. This is not the end. This is nowhere near the end. And I hope I help you guys out with starting up your own small business, and I look forward to hearing from you guys pretty soon. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My email is wolfartistry21@gmail.com, and I will attach my Instagram, Facebook, email, and website down in the show notes below. Have a blessed day, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Bye.